Hey folks, it's Lauren from Snowy's here today with the Darche Flat Pack Chair. Now flat pack because a chair of this whopping great big size packs into a bag that is quite small. So it's around about 50 centimeters by 40 centimeters and then about 16 centimeters deep here. And it weighs around about 2.7 kilos as well. So the chair itself, when it's fully set up, sits just over a meter high. It's about 81 centimeters deep from the front to the back of the chair. And we've got an overall width at the widest point of about 64 centimeters. The seat height of the chair is also 50 centimeters. And that's what I've got here on the highest setting. So the legs are adjustable, but I'll take you through that in just a moment. Now, the material in the chair is a 600 denier polyester. So as you can see, it's a nice sort of thick, heavy duty material that's across both sides here. And then we've got 160 GSM mesh as well. So it is mesh, but it's very sort of thick. You can feel it just sort of going like this. It's got quite a lot of substance to it too. The frame is a 6013 aluminium, which is fully powder coated. We've also got our nylon hubs here. The base of the chair is also like a bit of a hard rubber stopper on the bottom of the feet. Our drink bottle holder around the sides here is also more of a silicone, and it's got a reinforced loop around the side here. So it's got a little bit of a squish to it, but as you can see, the base here is really sort of soft and malleable, and that's in a fixed position. It doesn't swing in or out. On the back of the chairs as well, you can see we've got some reinforced stitching around the top here. That's also mirrored on the base here in all four corners. And the chair itself we'll show you the setup and the pack away in the back end of this video, but it is an all-in-one chair, so you don't have the chair hammock separately to the frame. As you can see, that's seated in here. It's quite reinforced. There's a bit of rigidity in there as well, and we've got a screw to keep that in place. Also the top of the chair here, we've got our little pillow, which is fully removable too. That just velcros on and off the chair like so. Now, admittedly, I initially wasn't a big fan of the chair. I didn't think it was overly comfortable until I realized that the leg settings can all be individually adjusted. So they are like a push button lock here, which we can see. It's on the inside of the leg, actually. I'll rotate around. So it's like an old vacuum cleaner tube. So you're just pushing it in, and then you can adjust the legs there like so. Sorry, I'm not. There we go. And that's a 3-position adjustment on each individual leg. The reason why this is very cool is because not only can you fine tune each individual leg for very rocky or uneven ground, but you can also utilize those adjustment legs to completely shift the orientation of the chair. So I'm gonna jump in and give this one a bit of a comfort test. Set all the legs up, they're all even, they're all on the highest setting. Now the chair also has a weight rating of about 150 kilos. So you're covered in, for the most part, in any sort of situation there. So just settling into it. This is, as I said, the level setting. Feels relatively comfortable. When I get in, I feel that the material on the chair is sort of pulled down a bit. So the cushion is sitting more around where my shoulder blades are. In that case, I'd want to just lift it up a little bit higher and readjust that to get it right in the nape of my neck. And that's going to be ultimately the best position for me. So you might find you'll have to readjust the cushion a little bit when you first get in. The other thing I'm finding is a little tiny bit, it's pushing my shoulder blades in just a little bit, but the chair is really supportive along the underside of the legs, across your butt and up through your back. There's no air gap, or it's also not like sagging too much. So you do feel really supported through your lumbar region. And I think depending on the width of your shoulders and the size of your body overall, the outside edge of the chair there could actually be quite supportive for your arms and your elbows. So as I'm going to get up, I can actually push down on the chair a little bit with my elbows there to help me get up and out of the chair, even though there's no arms built in at all. So adjustment of the chair, if I want to drop the front legs all the way down, which I'm going to do, I'm going to put it on the lower setting at the front. That is going to tilt my chair forward quite substantially. But as you can see, just looking from the side of the chair, it's not like the chair is sitting so far forward or anything ridiculous, but it does push the chair into a more upright position. So what that then allows me to do is use the chair up at a table, whether or not I'm eating my dinner, potentially I'm, just you're sitting on the side of the river, you want to do a bit of fishing, you've got to rehook your bait, all of that sort of stuff. It's a lot more supportive in the seat here to be able to sit forward. You can still also adjust the pillow and sit back in the chair. You're losing that sort of real hammock feeling. You're not having that sort of feeling like you're cocooned as much. And you definitely feels a little bit more like almost a position you'd be sitting in a director's chair almost when we're fully upright and forward like this. Then inversely, what we can do is I'm going to drop these front legs right back to the top setting again, and then I'm going to jump to the back end here and drop the chair fully. Where are we? There we are. Drop those right back. And now, as you can see, compared to how we were before, we've tilted the chair straight back. So we're in much more of a recliner or lay back position. So getting into the chair now, I immediately feel the seat is a lot deeper, and this is allowing me to really fully relax and lay back. I'm obviously not going to be doing anything functional here. I'm definitely just vegging out. Potentially I've got a bevo here, maybe I'm reading a book, or I'm just having a bit of a snooze or a rest in the sun. But this gives me the option of just basically having a rest and having a bit of a relax and a chill. And I feel in this particular position, the chair is more of feels more of a support of like a hammock, really. So in that sense, that's why I've come around to the flat pack chair, because the versatility here, given the overall pack size and weight of the chair, comparing it with something like some of those larger sun lounges that you can get, you really can't beat this particular design. So that is about it for the features and run through of the Darche Flat Pack Chair. Stay on the line and I will take you through how to set it up and pack it away. Hold up fam, don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss any awesome content on the Snowies channel. Let's get into it. So here we've got the flat pack all stowed away in its carry bag. As you can see here, nice and compact in terms of the size of the chair, which we've just seen earlier. So setting up for this is really straightforward. We're just going to open up the flap of the bag here and pop the chair out like so. Now what we can do here, as you can see, when I packed it up before, I've adjusted the height of the legs. So we've got one side packed up with the leg set on the fullest, highest setting, and here we've got it on the lower setting. So it makes no difference whatsoever when you're packing up what your chair is preset at. So you're going to open up these legs and you'll hear them click into place. Now that's going to happen on all four legs, and that's also going to be how you know that they're locked in and ready to go. You've also got your drink holder off to the side here, so we'll just set that up off a bit later. So we're flipping our chair around. Now I know on the previous height setting that the lower legs are at the back, so I'm just going to leave them like that for now. We're going to just simply do the same on the front here. We're going to lift this front section up and they're going to click into place. And then around the back we'll do the same here. And they're going to lock into place. Now on the front left-hand corner, we've got our little bracket, and that's where our drink holder slots in, like so. There we go. Now, on the back of the chair, we're just going to simply extend up the posts like so. So there we've got a 3-pin lock setting here. Now I just like to do it, not that it's necessarily easier, but I like to do each stage at a time. I feel like potentially with the tensioning of the material and the sling of the chair, doing it like that is a bit of a better way to go. Anyway, so that's it. Chair is fully set up and ready to roll. And so from here, you can make your leg adjustments to whatever's suiting you for how you want to use your chair in that particular situation. And then in terms of packing it away, we're just going to remove our little cup here, holder at the front. And from the back here, especially after you've been sitting in it and using it and the material's had a fair bit of tension, I do find sometimes the top can get a little bit sticky. So it's a lot better option to start with collapsing the base of the back frame, supporting frame down first, giving it a little bit of a tap to push that down, and then we're going to do your second lot. Pushing that in. There we go. Now from here, when you heard me doing the setup, you could hear each of the legs and the individual sections making that click and that lock into place. In order to release that, we're just going to be pulling the pole up and then folding it in like so. We're going to go up and then fold in. So we're just going to collapse these arms down and just move the material, sort of push the material and the cushion into the center, and do the same on the back end. So we're going to lift up and then fold in, tuck your material in, lift up and then fold in. And then from here, I'm just going to flip the chair over, and again in reverse we'll do the same with the legs. Up, collapse in, up. Once that's done, just grab our little flat pack bag. Pop it in like so. Tuck that in on the edge there and zip her all up. So that's as quick and easy as it is to set up your Darche Flat Pack Chair. You can get this one at snowies.com.au at our low prices every day.